So, good morning, Panther fans. We done screwed up now because as of March 21st, 2023, we done as of this moment. My preseason prediction ain't looking so bad. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna get on the soapbox. I'm just not so bad. That's all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. We'll save the parade for the parade. And there's still 12 more games, right? 12 more games to go, right? Yeah. And look, don't
Six at
listen.
home, six away.
All right. There you go. There you go.
Now, do you remember my prediction the other day?
Well, I know it sure as hell wasn't Pittsburgh was going to lose four straight.
Did I tell you that there was a very good possibility that the Senators would beat the Penguins because the Senators had lost 5 games in a row?
Yeah,
And
you
Pittsburgh
did.
had lost 3 games in a row?
You did.
Well, guess what happened to Pittsburgh last night? They got goalied.
They got goalie bad, man.
I'm talking about total domination and a kid making his first NHL start by the name of Dylan Ferguson. Makes 48 saves, the second most in NHL history for a first-time starter.
For a first-time starter.
And they beat Pittsburgh.
Yep. Yeah.
Not but. And we took care of our business.
Right.
Which I kept saying all we have to do is take care of our business.
Yeah.
And what do you know?
Yeah.
The other thing I said was, don't be surprised if we continue to do what we do, that we take the 7th seed. And then I think you and I started talking about the ramifications with the Jersey game and the Carolina game at the end of the year. And who knows, we could play Carolina. We could play, you know what? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're still not, we haven't clinched jack squat.
No.
But I really like the way we're playing.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing. And just to put it out there, I checked Twitter. There's no update on Sam Bennett. He'll be reevaluated today.
Yeah, that's the one thing that sucks. The NHL Network is showing our highlights. What a play by Bennett to Tkachuk. I mean, what a smart. I mean, Tkachuk is such a smart player. He saw Bennett have the puck, and he moved in front, and then he turned his body.
Yeah.
The opposite way, so he was ready for the one-timer. I mean, that's a hockey IQ.
Right.
Anyway, I want to mention somebody that you didn't mention at all on the recap. A guy that never gets mentioned, but plays solid game in, game out. Josh Mahura.
Good point.
What can you say?
Right.
Rarely do you see that kid make a mistake.
No, that's for sure. That's for damn sure. And for everybody.
Another brilliant pickup by Zito. Who the F needs draft picks?
Right. Well, yeah.
Just pluck. Draft picks take a few years to develop. Screw that. Just take waiver players.
I mean, every once in a while,
like a draft pick.
Every once in a while, it'd be nice to draft a guy that could be like a 30-goal scorer and keep him. That's right. We did, but we skipped out on the keeping him part.
All right, he's having a decent year.
Hey, look.
And you kind of jinx things, man.
But you know what's funny is that was Claude Giroux last night winning the last 2 draws for Ottawa to seal the deal. So I was kind of watching that, like, all right, well, in some ways, Drew is still that's more help than he gave us last year.
Well, look, we got Eric Stahl now.
Yeah,
who in my mind replaced Giroux as the old man of the team.
Right.
And props to Duke. I mean, you and I both said he needs to score. Well, in all intents and purposes, he scored last night.
Yes,
that was, and they say it was unselfish, bullshit. That wasn't selfish. He made the smart play.
He made the right play. Yeah. The
right?
goalie came out to meet him, and Stahl
Yeah,
was
and that's
wide
how you
open.
do a 2-on-0.
Yeah. Yeah. He waited till the goalie committed to one or the other, and he did the right thing, and boom. Stahl didn't miss. That's the important thing. You've seen players like that. Oh, went over. You know, it's happened. It happens, man.
Yeah,
You know?
but they're firing on pretty much all cylinders right now. Can't really say too many negatives. So let me just go back and replay and kind of let you know where you were going at with the Ekblad fuck up.
Yeah.
That was Dylan Larkin, a guy you never should leave alone.
Right.
I don't know if Larkin took Ekblad down or Ekblad took Larkin down, but basically Ekblad got up and, instead of having a little smarts to keep an eye on where Dylan, their best player, was, he went into play in front of the net and Larkin was all alone and, impossible angle, but
right.
He's a lefty, so left-handed shot closer to the net instead of if he had been a right-handed shot, I think the angle would have been like totally impossible. And it's funny because Goldie jinxed us again, just like with the penalty the other night. He says, "Oh, they've shut down Dylan Larkin." Well, like what? 2 seconds later, Dylan Larkin scores.
Yeah, Goldie, I love him, but he does have some. He knows how to do it.
Please do me a favor and tell Goldie to not jinx us so much. Anyway, I have a feeling. I'm just stream of consciousness here, guys. I'm sorry, it's really early. I didn't get to bed till really late because I was all jacked up. Don't be surprised to see Bobrovsky in net again tonight, boys and girls. I have a feeling. That's just my prediction.
And I hope you're wrong.
I'd like to see Lyon, but I have a feeling because of the workload last night, 20 shots, 20 save, whatever. I don't think Bob really, worked up that much of his sweat.
I know, but last time we had like 4 days off afterwards. We got to play again Thursday and Saturday and then Monday. I mean, I don't know, man. I think, and we already learned our lesson last time. Bob gave up. That was the Jets game where he gave up. He didn't look completely great.
All right. Listen, I agree. I'd like to see Lyon, but I Maurice might be that what if factor. So we'll see.
Right. We'll see.
And then of course they're showing now Barkov getting that great assist.
Yeah.
And Reinhardt, what a pass off the boards. Perfect speed. Forsling one-timer, and the Goose nails it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's my nickname for Gustav Forsling.
Is Goose.
He's the Goose, man.
He's the Goose.
Goose Gossage. Anybody remember that name?
Yeah, I remember that name. I had the baseball board game where you spun the wheels and you had the cards, and one of the cards was Goose Gossage. A lot of Dave Parker home runs.
Forsling's got a cannon, man. He just needs the opportunity to use it. That's why I always said get him on the power play.
Right. Yeah. Now, in terms of Bennett, I mean, I'm not saying it's okay if he's hurt, but for a couple of games, I like the way that what Maurice did. As he moved Lundell up to the top line, and then he went Barkov, Luosterainen, and Stahl. I don't know if where we go at 4C. I guess Colin White. We'd probably end up with Colin White, 4C. Now, Giovanni Smith is practicing again. I don't know if he's quite ready. He just took the non-contact jersey off like a day ago or 2 days ago. So I don't know if he's available quite yet or if we'd have to – I'd really like to avoid putting Fitzgerald in again as the 7D because he gets like 3 minutes. It's not like disrespect to him, but, play a guy that you're gonna play. Otherwise, why even play him? You know. So we'll see. Hopefully, Bennett.
If they keep him out one game,
right,
just to let him heal, if it's something like that, I'm okay with that.
Well,
but he's got to play Thursday. They just put the stat up for Kachuk.
Yeah, I mean, we got
5 goals, 9 assists in the last 5 games, averaging 20 minutes a game.
You have to go back to my tweet. It's since the tweet where I called him out for only having 1 goal in the last 12
you know what? He should have posted a comment
I'm just saying
that video and said, "Thanks, Jaws, for lighting a fire under my ass."
Just saying.
I'm going to get, 3 hat tricks, 20 points, and shove it up, whatever.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And that's what I'm here for.
So here's another one of those little things that are actually big things. So the camera was on Barkov, and they're talking about how he's now the all-time franchise leader.
Right.
Did you notice who went over and gave him the puck?
You're going to tell me I didn't see that part?
Matthew Tkachuk.
Right.
Probably, went in the net or got it from the official.
Right.
Made it over to the bench and gave Barkov his record-setting puck.
Right.
Class act, man.
Yep.
Totally. Teammate. I mean, personification.
Yep. Yeah.
Just again, Calgary played the Kings last night. I must have fallen asleep. I couldn't watch it. It was just really late. But what I want to say is I'm watching game in and game out these Calgary games.
Right.
And the name I don't hear at all, Jonathan Huberdeau.
Yeah, they lost again last night. There was a whole bunch of tweet. There was a whole bunch of there was a Twitter post that put on there about how Nathan Condrey is just fed up with Sutter, and then of course there was scuttlebutt about getting rid of Sutter. Well, I mean, let's do the math. And I said this when the trade happened, when Flames fans were telling me that they won the trade. I'm like, Gaudreau and Tkachuk, 2 superstars, desperate to leave. That's not by accident. There's a reason for that. You don't get – that would be like Barkov and Huberdeau saying, no, neither one of us want to stay. We want to leave. You have to investigate, okay, why are my best players wanting to leave and checking out on me? And I don't know the details of it. I don't know what goes on in that locker room. I'm not tapped into that team like I am with the Panthers. But just on the surface, if your 2 best guys at the same time say, yeah, screw this, I'm the hell out of here, you got to look at what's going on in the locker room.
He's a prick, Sutter. I mean, just watch his post-game sarcastic answer press conferences.
Right.
So one of 2 things is going to happen. They're either going to get rid of Sutter or Huberdeau's going to tell him you don't want to play there anymore.
Wouldn't that be something?
Because that boy is lost.
Yeah.
And again, I know human nature. He's watching what's going on with the Panthers. He's watching Tkachuk not only take his place as a beloved player, but Tkachuk is really, really bringing it.
Yeah.
And, he's doing what Huberdeau did, and we'll just have to see how this plays out. Because the big important thing is going to be in the playoffs.
And that's it. We got to finish this off, But, remember when it was 15 games left, we said we had 4 losses in us. Well, we ain't lost. So now we got 12 games left. And
I told you We needed a 6-7 game winning streak.
Well, we got the point streak. The only loss is the overtime loss to
Yeah, I think
Winnipeg.
we're 7-1-1.
Yeah, which is
Not
we're good.
too shabby, boys.
No, do that again, and we're the 7 seed. Just forget it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Pittsburgh, I'm so surprised. I mean, when they had it, they had the 7 seed, and I thought it was locked up. I'm thinking that's a veteran team. They're not gonna tank. They might lose a game here, but they're not gonna just blow it. And
Yeah,
they've blown it.
That's the big talk on the NHL Network is what's going on with Pittsburgh.
Right.
But of course, you know, they said, well, you got Crosby and you got Malkin and you got Letang. They'll be back. But I don't think they've been getting the goaltending that they really need. I mean, you really need shutdown goaltending right now.
Right.
So,
and they've been playing teams that, there's still, I mean, like, don't tell Ottawa that they're out of it. Okay. I mean, we may consider them.
Well, I had a feeling Ottawa might beat them last night because they had lost their last 5 games. And again, hockey players have pride, even if they're not going anywhere. They don't like losing, and they can take down any team any night.
Ottawa is 6 points out of the 8 seed. Now, if the Panthers were 6 points out with 12 to go, we'd be pretty confident that we ain't making it. But the players would be busting their ass, killing themselves to try to reel off 10 in a row and bank a miracle. You know what I mean? So it's we've got a stretch of games coming up here. We know we got the Flyers tonight, and we just have to contain Owen Tippett, and we'll be good.
Let's just give some props to a couple more players. I thought Dudas played a good game, and you're right when he got.
Yeah,
I don't understand how the referees let that. I mean, that player crushed him. He like fell on him.
Yeah,
so I was worried about that. Montour, I don't think he had his best game, but good enough. Ekblad, other than that, losing Dylan Larkin and
right,
I
don't know, man. It looked like, well, when I watched the replay, so he goes down and slides in front of Larkin, trips him. The hand goes up. And then when he gets up, he covers the guy that's in the middle of the ice, and like there was nobody even near. So, like, if he would have picked Larkin to cover, the guy right in front of Bob would have been wide open. I think there were
3 other Panthers in front of the net.
Yeah, but nobody was on that side. I see what you're saying. I didn't see enough they didn't show the replay long enough for us to, that's one thing I miss by doing the streams is if Randy goes back later or in the intermissions, I don't get to see him break it down, and I'm left like, wait a minute, I want to see it again because was it really Ekblad's mistake or was somebody not covering?
It was. I watched the NHL Network,
right?
Recap of games at least once, most of the time twice.
Right.
And that's how I get a lot of my info and see and it just refreshes my memory. But
right.
He lost track of Larkin. I mean, the one guy on that team that you don't lose track of. Sorry.
Oh, well.
But Bob played a good game. Didn't have to stand on his head too much. Obviously, that first goal. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was that first goal where he did the same thing that he did the other night, where he overcommitted.
Yeah.
And for like one of the first times ever that I remember, Forsling got out muscled.
Yeah.
Great play by Sutter, whatever.
Yeah.
But Lomberg brought it again. I thought the I thought Cousins played a good game. I thought, really, we're playing good team hockey right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
What can you say about Carter Verhaeghe? Mr. Puckhog's got 36 goals now?
Yeah, I think so.
Could it
think
be
so.
our 40-goal scorer?
Yeah. Yeah.
12 games left.
And the other thing is Barkov. I don't know if something with the system just clicked. I don't know if Maurice sat him down and said, "Look, this is what I need." I don't know. But in the last month, every night, there's 3 times at least a game where he is coming from behind players that are entering the offensive zone that look like they've got a scoring chance and just bloop, stealing the puck from them and getting it for himself. He's doing it every night. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal. He may not be knocking it out of the park in terms of, scoring goals, but I don't know. I feel like Maurice kind of sat him down maybe and said, "Look, just focus on defense. Don't even worry about, don't worry about the offensive end of it. Just focus on what his specialty is really is defense in terms of, when he decides to move his legs and use his size, he's probably the best defensive forward in the game." So
I agree. I would really like to see him shoot more on the power play.
Yeah, just
he's got a good shot, and again, you got Kachuk right in front.
Right.
But you got a guy like that knows how to get to the puck.
Right.
When there's a rebound, just keep shooting it.
Just keep shooting it. Yeah, he keeps giving it to Montour, and Montour just every time Montour touches the puck,
yeah, I think that the two of them are both a little bit indecisive on what to do. But yeah, 2 points. These are games we can't lose. Like tonight, the Flyers are going to come out flying. No pun intended. They're going to look to take us down because that's what these teams down below us do at the end of the year. They just and Tortorella's going to be jacking them up.
Let me get to our schedule. So we've got the Flyers today, and this is why I think you need Lyon tonight, because then you've got Thursday the Leafs, you've got Saturday is early, 5:00, and then Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. You got to play Lyon in there somewhere. That's I mean, that's a hell of a lot of games that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in 7 days, plus the Flyers today.
Yeah, listen, I agree.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just putting it out there that hopefully Maurice is looking past last night and looking forward at these games and saying, look, the Flyers, Canadians, Alex Lyon can get us 2 points in those games. If the team plays right.
Maurice's mentality is I'm going to ride the hot hand. Every one of these 12 games is critical.
Right. I know. We'll see what
you
happens.
Would think that you would think that he would put him in tonight, but Philly's dangerous.
Yeah,
this is I'm one not. Of those trap games,
right? And we got to see what the situation with Sam Bennett is as well.
Yeah,
but it's this stretch of here. Leafs, Rangers, Senators, Leafs. This could be this Senators game could be a win and the Senators are eliminated type of game because there's just not that many more games.
That might be a game that Lyon would be in, but again, Lyon hasn't played in a month, and
that's not true.
I'm talking NHL.
Well, yeah, but he played. He played
look
2
what
games.
Happened to Spencer Knight. He played those 2 games in Charlotte and came back and got shellacked.
Yeah, but look at what happened when Lyon came in. Lyon hadn't played anything.
All right.
Lyon, that's what Lyon has done his whole career. You know what I mean?
Listen,
it's like out of nowhere come in and play.
You and I could put it out there, but
He's watching. Maurice, I'm telling you, it's not. This is the move. You play Lion tonight.
But
we gave you your opportunity. What?
Maurice is predictable.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, maybe he learned his hard ass lesson, because the game that we lost was to the Jets, where he played.
All right, so let's say Lion plays.
Yeah.
Still got to go out and stop pucks.
Yeah.
And I got news for you. You're right. Tippett's on a roll right now, and he wants to go.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
it might be better.
Now I just got to mention it because I was so happy last night. My boy, Big Nick Bugstad,
again
scored his 16th goal. Scored another goal. I forget the Oiler that set him up, but I mean he had an easy tap in. But
yeah,
the kid's only played a few games with the Oilers. Maybe he found his home.
Right.
I mean, who wouldn't want to play with Connor McDavid?
I mean, I want to look this up.
It's really cool to see him. I mean, the kid's been on.
Well, that's what I want to look up.
4 teams?
That's what I want to look up. Okay, so he played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons with the Panthers. Then 2 with Pittsburgh, 2 with Minnesota, 1 with Arizona, and then now with Edmonton. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is his 5th team in 10 years. It's his 5th team in 10 years. So yeah, hopefully they keep him. Come on, guys.
That kid deserves everything.
Yeah.
Because in my dealings with the players over all the years, I'm talking about the modern players, not the Billy Lindsays and, the guys of yesteryear.
Yeah.
Nick and I had a really good relationship. You've seen the pictures. He's my boy.
Yeah.
Nicest freaking kid ever.
Yeah,
so I'm really happy, and that's why I put it out there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyway, I want to give another shout out to Mr. Danny Colombo, who tells me that he's got a bunch of buddies that watch our channel.
Oh, cool.
And he says they're subscribed. So hats off to the guys. I don't know all your names. Maybe Dan will tell me. And so shout out to all you guys.
Very cool.
Enjoy our channel and the content, and put some comments there. Let us know who you are. Just say, hey, I'm so-and-so.
He's down in Miami, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miami Beach.
Yeah, I grew up down there.
So Dan, that's cool. Yeah, I got a text from Dan that he worked some crazy hours and he was able to watch the game really late. So
okay, cool.
Anyway, yeah.
Right.
So
I like to hear that.
That's my shout out to
it's so surreal
BC.
To me, like not living there. You know what I mean?
It's
like, well, you're born and raised this home. You know what I mean?
That's wild. I mean, you're in Maryland. I mean,
right.
We got that guy in Finland. We got guys all over the place.
Yeah.
So listen, if you're not subscribed to Flying Fluffy Hockey, the #1 Panther fan podcast in the world, hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, do us a favor. Yeah.
If you like what we're doing, hit the like button. Now, make your announcement about what you told me last night.
Oh yeah. So I got a couple things on the way for us. I got we each got a mug coming for our and for the Jaws and Stew to review. It's a mug. I can't speak this morning, but yeah, so we got that coming, and then we got couple shirts. Now I got you the t-shirt, and I got me the long sleeve shirt because I'm in Maryland. I got you black. I got me charcoal.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So listen, we got a lot of subscribers on this channel. Let's get the stuff, and then we'll show it off.
Yeah.
You guys are now going to have an opportunity to support this channel. I want everybody to have freaking Jaws and Stew mugs. And
Yeah, he's excited about
hats
this.
and what? No, the hats are difficult. The shirts.
Yeah, we can't. We don't have the hats yet because the hats everywhere you go.
The stitching is tough. But anyway,
yeah, it's got to. Yeah,
it's going to be pretty cool representing.
Yeah,
and
the hats come later because I have to have the money to have them made, special made up front. The places like Teespring and everything, they just embroider them by demand, and they want text, very basic.
That's all right. I'm happy to get my mug.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get some patches and then iron on patches on. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But yeah, so I ordered that stuff yesterday, and so it'd take a couple weeks to get here, and then I got to. It was actually cheaper sending it all to my house and me sending it to you. But that's a different story. So
yeah. So anyway, that will be available soon. But listen, anybody watching these videos, if you're not subscribed, man, it takes a second to hit that subscribe button. It helps Eric with his algorithms, shit like that. So anyway, Philadelphia Flyers, they're gonna be out for blood tonight.
Yeah.
This is a worry game. We got to just do what we did last night. I said the keys to the game. Get a couple of quick goals, one before the 10-minute mark. We did that. And then obviously we let it go in, and then came back and got another one. The other thing was staying out of the box.
Well, yeah, that's helping too.
I think we might have had 2 penalties last night. So if you notice, in the last 2-3 games, we've taken it down from 5-6 penalties down to maybe 1 or 2.
Oh, I lost my thing here.
That's big.
I'm trying to look up to see if there's anything new this morning about Sam Bennett, but I'm not seeing anything just yet. So
we might not hear anything until mid-morning.
Yeah.
I'll text George later on in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes they don't say anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm looking nothing. That's a big one.
When Jameson posts his line combos, if they have a morning skate, who knows?
Right.
Then we'll know. But I have a feeling. I don't want to speculate. I would say if they kept him out of tonight's game for precautionary reasons, because we got the bigger game against Toronto on Thursday.
Yeah. I wonder. It was lower body. Was it lower body with him last time? I forget. Well, look, Luosterainen's been playing like a bat out of hell, so we'll have to.
So basically, it was Luosterainen for Trocheck.
Yeah.
You know what?
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Right, Trocheck's obviously not on Carolina anymore, but he's thriving in New York. But
yeah,
we got signed. Eric Hall didn't make it. I don't remember who the third player was. He's gone too. But
yeah, it was.
If we got one player out of the deal and that player turned out to be a solid player, like Luosterainen's, he's getting better and better.
That's the thing, and that's the thing.
And you're right. There's another Finn, just like Lundell, that mirrors. They're trying to mirror the Barkov game.
Yep.
Solid in the corners, hockey IQ, making great passes.
Yep.
Not thinking scoring first.
Right.
Lundell and Luosterainen play a similar game. It's like scoring is like the last option on your mind.
Yeah. It's very interesting, but it's working.
And again, big props to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
The leader of this team. I'm sorry. Well, Barkov could be the leader. Chucky's the heart of the team.
Yeah, they just both lead in different ways.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think Kachuk has caused Barkov to raise his level of play.
And we said that at the beginning when the trade was made. We said that.
Yeah.
When have you seen Barkov as animated about at certain times.
Right.
I mean, he had that little boyish grin last night on the bench, but when I saw Kachuk go over to him and hand him the puck, and then Barkov just threw it to the trainer, I'm like,
Did you?
Kachuk, man, you're just all class.
I forgot. I got to mention this. We were laughing about it on the stream. It was not last night, but it was the previous game. I think it was right after the game. Yeah, it was after the game. And we all got a good laugh because you could see what Barkov was saying because it was after the comeback win, right? And they interviewed him. And he said his couple of things, but then he also said, because I played here my whole career and I love playing here and I hope I get to play here my whole career. And you could just hear in his head going, please don't do me like you did Huberto. I love it here. I love it here. I want to play here my whole career. We were laughing our asses off because you could tell he was saying it straight, but you could tell he was looking right past that camera, like talking to Bill. You know what I mean? Saying, I want to be here my whole career.
Yeah, very rare are there players that play their whole career now because of the money situation.
Yeah. He's probably looking at Huberto, and he'd probably gone to Bill and be like, can I have an extension till I'm 35? I'll take it now, please. Thank you. And no trade clause,
I want to ask everybody if they remember kind of sort of the first couple of interviews that they did with Kachuk right after the trade. And where Kachuk said, yeah, I'm confident. I bring the swagger. Right. And I'm hoping to, rub off on my teammates. And, I came here because this is where I wanted to be.
Right.
And you talk about a player thriving in a new environment. I mean, this kid has scored 3 points in a row in the last 4 games.
Jeez.
He's got 5 goals and 9 assists in 5 games, bro.
I know.
14 points. Holy shit. He's number 4 in scoring. You know who's ahead of him?
Let me see.
McDavid.
David.
Draisaitl.
Right.
Kucherov.
That's it.
Good company, huh?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No doubt.
So
the only question nobody asked him is like, when you said you wanted to come to Florida, did you think it would mean you weren't playing with Huberto? Like, I'm sure that was part of the, wanting to go, you know what I mean? So, but nobody ever asked him that. I mean, I guess it'd be a tough question for him to answer. So I get it. I'm not criticizing, but like later on down the road, like when it's all over, I'd love to know the answer to that question. Like when you heard what we gave up for you, like what was your thought? You know what I mean?
Another cool thing is Kachuk's doing what he's doing without playing with Barkov on the top line. I mean, tell me we don't have 1A and 1B.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we have 2 first lines.
Sure, we got
a Bennett, Verhaeghe, Kachuk line. It's kind of sort of the de facto first line, my opinion.
Probably goals wise, yeah.
That Bennett Kachuk connection from the Calgary days. I think that and that's kind of where I thought Kachuk should be, because they had history playing together. And then I don't know if we could go back and look at the video. I said take Verhaeghe off the top line, right?
Right.
And since they put Verhaeghe on that line with Benedict, those guys have such good chemistry right now.
I know.
Did you see that second Verhaeghe goal?
I know.
Man, I thought it hit the post, but it just went in and hit the back.
Yeah, I thought it hit the post too, but it just came in and out.
Right there. He knew it.
Yeah. So it was in and out fast.
We could have I don't think Kachuk's getting 40, but I think Verhaeghe's got a good shot at 40 goals. Kachuk, there's no reason for him not to get to 100 points this year, which would be amazing. And again, I think the key to the Panthers' continuing win streak is Bobrovsky.
Right.
Baba Brewski.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Kachuk's at 95 points, so he's he's going to get, 105, 110 points. Behind him is Verhage, with the 36 goals and 27 assists. But I mean, Kachuk is going to end up having very close to Huberdeau's numbers in terms of goals and assists. He's got 33 goals and 62 assists. And Huberdeau was the 85 goals or 85 assists and 30 goals. So, I mean, Kachuk could still end up with 75 assists.
It's
you know
burning.
what I mean?
It's burning Huberdeau's ass, man. He goes home from the rink and he's sitting at home going, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
we're not saying that. Hey, I want to be clear about something.
Hey,
we're not saying that to make fun of them. We're not saying that because we're happy about that.
Exactly
on a human level, the dude got turned upside down and inside out. So I just want to be clear there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel, and what I was going to say was, yeah, the money, he's making a lot of money, but trust me,
right?
The money ain't it. The money is meaningless right now. I mean, he is not enjoying playing hockey. And when a player doesn't enjoy playing the game,
right,
it shows in their production.
And that the players know, right? So like that might have explained his FU reaction to Bill when Bill called him. The players know, the players talk. So the players before this went down knew why Kachuk and Gaudreau wanted to get out of there. You know what I mean? They know. So imagine getting called up in your pool with your champagne at 11 o'clock and being told, hey, we're sending you to hell. Sorry, kid. Thanks for the decade. We're sending you to hell.
Yeah, time to sell the Lamborghini.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was probably an understatement for what was going on in Huberdeau's head at that point.
Well, at least he didn't say who cares.
No, jeez. That ends the pod. That's all we got. That's it, man. That ends it. I'll be back later with the podcast. I'll be back tonight with the stream with Kyle. Your guess is as good as mine as to how I'm going to feel. I feel okay now. I'm going to get some rest and hopefully the nausea doesn't kick in. I was okay yesterday until about 4, 5, and then the nausea really kicked in. And it's just my body. When I do stupid stuff like I did on his birthday, it'll take me a week or two to get back to 100%, and then I'll be fine. So, is what it is. All right. Appreciate all the support. We'll see you again.